Good people, this is the latest edition of the Nissan Note E-Power, and this is actually something that you have been looking for. I know that for a fact because you guys are after fuel economy. This car right here can give you an average of 27 to 30 kilometers per liter, but that actually depends on what you're doing with this amazing vehicle. Now, what makes this car fuel efficient is the fact that it has a 1.2 liter 3-cylinder petrol engine that powers the electric motors that drives this car. So having an electric vehicle, it means that you get instant power output. So this car gives you an average of 136 horsepower and 300 Newton meters of torque, which gives you an instant boost. So if you're looking for a car that will accelerate quickly from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour, this could be a perfect car for you. Even though we are not here for performance, I'd like to take you through this amazing vehicle, 2021 model. It has new tech, new design, absolute luxury, and everything about this car is just on point. And guys, today we are at Al Husnain Motors Mombasa. So if you're looking for cars like this is the best place that can find such amazing cars. And thanks for Al Husnain for giving us an opportunity to review some of their cars, and they always give me access to their vehicles, including the likes of the Lamborghini Urus, the Range Rover Autobiography, Jeep Sahara, Wrangler, and of course the likes of the G-Wagon, which we'll be doing a review in the next few days. So we are out here today to showcase this amazing vehicle, and I kind of like it because it looks very, very different from the previous model of the Nissan Note E-Power. And in that case, you can go ahead and subscribe to this channel, Wadeki Auto Trading. We realize that most of our viewers are not subscribers, and that kind of pulls the channels down. So if you're watching this video for the first time, or if you're visiting the channel for the first time, kindly subscribe to this amazing channel. Make sure you share to your friends, leave a comment, and like the video. So I'd like to give my cameraman shout out for trying his best to give us clear shots of this amazing video. And as always, let me give you a 360-degree view of the car, then we continue with the review. Thank you and ciao. So guys, let us continue with this. We said this is a 2021 model, and it gives you new tech, new design. Everything looks amazing in this vehicle. Personally, for the first time, I'm liking a Nissan. I usually don't like Nissan, but this time around, I think this Nissan Note is going to change my mindset on Nissan. Now, another beautiful thing about this car is the fuel economy. 27 to 30 kilometers per liter in this generation right now, where the fuel prices are so high, is something that we are all trying to grasp right now, that fuel is not a cheap commodity anymore. Now, another beautiful thing about this car is the interior quality. The interior quality of this car is quite good, and I think Nissan did their assignment very well to ensure that we get good looking vehicles. Starting all the way from the door, the cockpit of the car, it looks very, very modern. The design on the steering wheel, the instrument cluster right there, the center console looks amazing. Centralized AC. This center console also is good. At least they've given us room for more space on the lower side. And of course, when it comes to the sitting space, about Nissan, I have no worry about that, because they usually give us cars with excellent leg room, headroom, and everything in the interior. And also, if you're looking for a car to do a taxi or Uber business, this is just a perfect vehicle, because you get excellent leg room and excellent headroom in the car. Guys, I'm sorry about the lighting. This is because there's a lot of light coming from that side. It kind of makes the the video look a bit whitish, but other than that, everything looks absolutely amazing. And also this Nissan Note E-Power gives us a very spacious boot section, and of course this is what you get. We don't get electric tailgate in a car of this size, but that's not a point to complain about, because this is not a luxury car. It's just a daily car, which is purposefully meant to ensure that your life is easy. Now on the rear side, you get a number of accessories so that at least you can be able to get out of sticky situations in case you bump yourself into rough. So everything changed this time around, and we are going to start with the front outlook of the vehicle. Everything is totally different. The design of the headlights looks amazing. I think Nissan moved away from the regular ones. Now you have triple projector headlights, which are quite good. They are very bright and they can see very, very far. And also you have your adaptive headlight system inside there. So in case you're passing another car on a tight space, or you are trying to negotiate a corner, the headlights will adapt to it to ensure that it doesn't blind oncoming traffic. Your turn signal over there, even though this still uses the bulb technology, I think this is still very much okay. Most other companies are still using that. And also for this amazing vehicle, you get daytime running lights, which is something that most of us would like to see in our vehicles. Now on the lower side, fog lights, which is something that also most people would still want to have in their cars. This car comes with very powerful LED fog lights over there, which looks brilliant, and it makes the car look more beautiful. And I'd say for a Nissan this time around, this actually looks amazing. On the front grille, you have a bit of chrome plastic finish, new design over there, at least to move you away or to captivate you guys, so that at least this time around you might be tempted to purchase a Nissan car. On the front, including the emblem, Nissan has changed it. It looks modern with the Nissan writing on it. This is just to show you that something is changing for the better. Front facing camera there for added safety, a number of sensors embedded on the front grille to ensure that you do not scratch this car, or you can maneuver the vehicle in tight spaces whenever it is necessary. So in that case, I would say the Nissan looks absolutely amazing. Everything looks good, and I'll be able also to show you that the engine bay is quite amazing. A lot of things have also changed inside there, but the biggest difference is the design and the layout of the vehicle. When it comes to the rear design, I think Nissan actually nailed it, because the car looks absolutely amazing. Without the writing that says Nissan Note E-Power, I know most of us would not even know that this is a Nissan Note. And other than that, most people still do not believe that this is a Nissan Note, because it looks nothing from what it used to be. This is a new design, a step in the right direction, and it is actually beautiful. So this is a bit more masculine, but also I think it's just something that is neutral. According to me, anybody can own this car. If you're a lady, if you're a man, you want to do your Uber biz, you want a car for your family, everything, this car suits all those kinds of stuff that you are after. We have this new design on the taillights. Also, I have LED taillights, bulb technology on the turn signal over there, LED reverse light, which looks amazing, and you have this tail bar or light bar here, which interconnects the two taillights together. And I'm thinking that this is the new design that each and every car is trying to venture into. We've seen Lexus using that, we've seen Toyota using that, and each and every other company right now is going for a tail bar that cuts all across the tailgate, which is still very much okay. When it comes to safety on the rear side, also you have two cameras. One is a reversing camera, and the other one is a 360-degree view camera, so that you get a good angular view of the vehicle. And also it gives you a 360-degree view of the car to ensure that you are safe all around, whether you're reversing, whether you're passing in tight spaces where you're trying, in case you're trying to let another car pass next to you. Yeah, so those are some of the things that are updated on this car. The car looks amazing. We also have a number of sensors on the rear bumper, and of course you can see there are up to 4 sensors on the rear side, a number of reflectors here and there. Nissan has this writing on it to remind you that this is just a Nissan, and of course it's a Nissan Note and E-Power, to show you that this is a hybrid vehicle. About the side view of the vehicle and the general outlook of the car, I think this time around something changed, and the car looks neat, very well done. In terms of the height, is very much okay. Ground clearance is acceptable, even though it's not the recommended. You get around 16 centimeters of ground clearance, which is not the best, but it can still do. And when it comes to the tires, this time around, instead of 15-inch tires, you get 16-inch alloys with 16-inch tires, which also kind of helps to improve on the ground clearance of the vehicle. You have your multi-spoke aftermarket alloys, original alloys. Most of other people do not like the original alloys because for smaller companies or for smaller cars like this, they prefer to give you steel wheels with wheel cups. But for car owners, they always prefer to go for aftermarket alloys, which makes the car look more beautiful. In terms of the braking, you have your solid brake discs over there, which are vented and to ensure that the car brakes nicely. Independent suspension system with the McPherson strut suspension with coil and springs, which is actually the primary type of suspension in almost all the entry grade vehicles. So in this case, there's no complaint about it. Everything is just very much okay. On the rear side also, you have the same size wheels. You have a smaller brake system, and these in this case it's the drum brakes, which is still very much okay. And also in terms of the suspension system, you get the torsion beam suspension, which is not the best, but for heavy load carrying and for practicality and all that, the torsion beam suspension systems works nicely. So for this and production and all that, the torsion beam is the recommended version in a car of this nature. On the sides also, you get these LED turn signals on the side mirrors, and also under the side mirrors you get some additional cameras to ensure that you get a clear 360-degree view of the vehicle. So guys, before I give you a tour of the interior, it would be also nice for you guys to see the engine bay of this amazing vehicle. And this is actually what you get. Of course, you get your electric motor over there, and of course you have your gasoline or your petrol engine. So basically what we're saying is that this car has a 1.2 liter 3-cylinder petrol engine, which acts as a generator to power this electric motor, which in turn drives the vehicle. So the engine is the petrol engine is just a power source for the electric system of this car. This is what gives power to the electric motors. Okay, and in that case we are talking about an average of 27 to 30 kilometers per liter. And also when it comes to power output, you get 133 horsepower and 300 Newton meters of torque, which is actually amazing. All that torque for a car of this nature is absolutely amazing. When you want to overtake other vehicles in hilly places, you want to drive fast for quite a long time, this is something that you might be looking for. 300 Newton meters of torque is crazy. That is some crazy torque for a car like this, but it is because this is an electric vehicle, and the electric vehicle just pushes power directly into the drive system. So everything is nice, perfect, easy and clean. Now about the transmission system, this car has can I call it, it has no transmission or something, can I say it's just a single speed transmission, or they call it a transmission by wire system. It's just one speed all the way. So you just drive, you put it in drive, and the car goes and goes and goes until you brake. So that is basically what happens in this amazing machine right there. All right guys, after all that, we now have to see the interior of the vehicle. And of course we said this is a keyless entry. As soon as you have your key fob, even though Nissan upgraded everything, I think they forgot to upgrade the key fob. This is how it looks like. This is an old design for a 2021 vehicle. So I think that is something that Nissan should actually improve. Keyless entry. As soon as you have your key, you can actually just open the door and get to the interior without a lot of challenges. Now the design of the door looks amazing. This is just plain and clean. There is no playing around. You just get whatever you need. And basically on the top side you have your plastic finishing over there, door handle over there, power door controls for the side mirrors, and your door locks are located there. Very soft plastic material, a bit of fabric. Door bins over here, which is the smallest space. I think this is actually very small space. And of course you have a larger speaker, which is not the most impressive, but for a car of this nature I think the speakers are just fine. Now this is the cockpit. It looks modern. I think this is actually where Nissan made the biggest step in the right direction. The design, the outlook, everything looks right, perfect as it should be. And also when it comes to the seats, the seating quality on the car feels so good. Of course, you can see the seats are a little bit high than the regular, and the seats are manually adjustable. This is the highest grade of this car, which has electric seats, but in this case, for a car of this size, these manually adjustable seats performs nicely. Now, as I sit here, I get a clear view of the surrounding thanks to the height of the seat. The seat is a bit high, so it gives you a clear view of the surrounding, especially when you're driving in the highway. You get to see everything nicely. Other than that, everything looks very, very well done. Right in front of you is a very nicely done steering wheel. It feels large though, slightly bigger than what you get in the other cars. You get controls for the infotainment system on the left side of the steering wheel, and you get your cruise control on the right side of the steering wheel. And of course, on the center, you have your Nissan emblem, and you get your SRS airbags for safety purposes. Down on the side, you have some beautiful air vents, additional air vents over here. One cup holder for the driver, which is quite fine. I know it's placed here because on the center console there are no cup holders. Other than that, everything else looks okay. You have your poverty buttons on this side, your fuel cap opener, and of course you have that button to open the bonnet. About the instrument cluster, you have full digital display. This actually looks amazing. Kila kitu inakafiti. This is very, very modern, and this is the car on. You kind of get some beautiful animation on it, and of course, as you can see, everything looks amazing. Right now we are at eco mode. Of course, for this car we said you have 3 driving modes. You have eco, normal, and sports mode. So if you'd like to have sports mode on the car, you're driving on the highway and you want the best performance out of this unit, that is actually what you get. And also remember, you can drive this car in full EV mode, okay? And I think that's something very nice for this vehicle. Digital clusters, and it has a digital display right there. It shows you the fuel gauge right there. Everything else for the vehicle is available, and that is very, very, very good. So if you want a car of this nature, this beautiful machine gives you each and everything that you are looking for. Control for your wipers, controls for the headlights right there, which is pretty good. And also on the center console, a lot of things have changed right now. Look at this. Look at how large and modern the center console looks like. And starting from the top side where the infotainment system is located, you move down all across to the rear side here. So the main part of this car is the infotainment system, because other than driving the car, entertainment comes next. So right here you have a large infotainment system that is 14.5-inch infotainment system, which feels so good. The bezels are quite large, no complaints about it. And of course you have this rotary controls on either side of the steering wheel, this being your power button and volume button. These are the ones used to scroll and for sound quality. Yes, whatever I said about that. Now you have your FM. You can also select the source. You have AM, FM, USB, Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, HDMI port, USB, and all the other stuff are all located here. So if you want a car with modern tech, modern safety, this unit provides that. I like the fact that you also get these physical buttons over there, so that you can at least navigate through the infotainment system in case the touch sensitive controls are not active. So it is actually a very, very good feature for you. Air vents are located here. Your hazard button, very minimalistic design on the climates or the ACs. You have your AC, you can put it on auto, and of course you get dual zone AC, which is actually amazing, and a few other controls on this side. On the lower side of the vehicle, you get 2 USB ports, one being your type C charging port, the other one being your type B, and of course you get wireless charging for this hatchback, and this is where you place your phone, and of course you can activate it using that button. So if you want to charge your phone, anybody else that has wireless charging, they can actually do it from there. 12-volt output for you to power accessories that might need a bit more of power and all that. And as you continue all through the center console, you notice that you get a very beautiful gear shifter. This is nicely done. Of course, before you shift, you'll have to press this button over here. To put it in park, you just press this button, and of course everything else is written for you. your push start button. And for Nissan this time round, this is a bit different. When I first came into the car, I was looking for the push to start button on this side or on this other side, until I noticed that Nissan moved it away to the center console to look like the BMWs and the Audis. Electronic parking brake lies here, and here you have your armrest, which has some bit of leather. It's not very soft, but it's comfortable. And then also it houses deeper storage space, even though it is the smallest space ever. On the underside, you have this space. It's quite large, so you can put a number of things down there. And of course, as you can see, it houses your HDMI port, which is quite good. I don't know if you need to connect that to something, so that maybe you can play your video games on the infotainment system, or maybe you can watch your movies right there. The dashboard is just plain and nothing on it. This is just plain design, an extra speaker over here. This design looks good, even though it's not the most interesting. Cup holder for the front passenger, and of course on this other side you have your glove compartment, which is not the largest, but I think it will do for now. It will be able to hold a few things for you. Digital rear view mirror, which feels good. This is actually what you get. You can use the normal mirror, or you can activate your cameras, which are located on the rear side. So if you'd like to have a car with digital rear view mirror, this Nissan Note E-Power has that. Lighting for the interior, amber lighting, not the brightest in my case. I don't like this. I prefer the LEDs, which are a bit more brighter and they light the place nicely. Other than that, still it's very much okay. And of course, on the top side you have your SOS button. In case you're stranded somewhere, in case you're in an accident, you can actually press that. But here in Kenya, I don't know if it's active. Yeah, you might just be left wondering what is happening. But other than that, everything else looks amazing. The front passenger seat is actually very comfortable also. Same material, same design, manually adjustable, no added features on it. It's just a comfortable seat. You can sit over long distances and you'll get to your destination in one piece. Now let us talk about the elephant in the room, and that is the passenger spacing. And actually, starting from the door is actually quite good. So on the rear side, this is the sitting space of this amazing unit. It feels very, very comfortable. It's quite large. Everything else is nice. And if you're going to be a passenger here, this is how it is. You get some very good spacing. The legroom is quite good, very, very comfortable. And for Nissan Note E-Power, I have no complaints about it. I think this time around, everything else feels right, especially when it comes to sitting. So 3 passengers can sit on the rear side comfortably. And of course, you have your ISOFIX anchor points for your baby carriers. On the rear side, this is what you see on the front side. Very modern, beautiful design, and everything just looks fine. To finish it up all, this is what you get on the boot section. You get some amazing boot capacity. You get up to 450 liters of space, and that is expandable. You fold the rear seats, you get up to 1,400 liters, which is amazing. So down here you have this cover for the boot section, and down here you have your compressors, your jacks, and all that. Even though they have been removed, this is to ensure that these things are not stolen, so that whenever you come to purchase the car, you find all the accessories intact. So hizi vitu zote ziko hapa. Now, even though the storage space is not very deep, yeah, it is because the batteries are placed on the boot section and just under the passenger seats. So that's why you get the boot space being not very, very deep. Other than that, the car feels so good. Everything looks amazing to me. I like each and every feature about this amazing hatchback. So guys, if you're interested in this, the asking price is not that bad for this 2021 unit. I would say the price is not above 1.9 million shillings, and it is not less than 1.5 million shillings. So if you'd like to have the price of this unit, hit me up, or you can reach out to Al Husnain Motors Mombasa. You can just hit me up direct on my number. I'll be able to give you a very good price of this amazing 2021 Nissan Note E-Power. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share, and do not forget to visit this amazing showroom at Mombasa, Al Husnain, located opposite to Sacred Heart.